Welcome one and welcome all. This is the Breakthrough You podcast. I'm your host, Coach Molly from Three Pines Leadership, and thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I'll tell you quickly about how this whole podcast works. Every week, I give you a very simple activity to implement in your life. So you're going to spend the whole week, every day of the week, doing this for 5, 10, maybe just 15 minutes. Big changes can happen when you take little baby steps. All right. So in order for any of this to work, you have to first identify what is most important to you. What are your big goals? So think about it. Think about what is most important to you when it comes to your health. What kind of massive change do you want to see there? What about your relationships and how you connect with other people? What about your finances and your career and the houses you live in and all of that kind of fun stuff that revolves around wealth? What is most important to you? Once you figure that out, you can come back to every episode each week. I give you baby steps to take, the little bricks you need to build your yellow brick road to your goals. But we can't build that road until you first identify what is most important to you. All right? The great thing about the Breakthrough You podcast is, my favorite thing at least, is connecting with all of you guys on social media. So connect with me at Three Pines Leadership on Instagram, at Three Pines at Twitch, or at Coach Molly on Twitter. Connect with me. Let me know what's working, what's not working, what obstacles are you facing, what challenges are in your way, what's working, and what are you celebrating. I want to know it all. All right, I'm going to stop blabbing because it's time to get to this week's challenge. This week, your challenge is to meditate. It's hard to overemphasize the power of meditation. The average attention span these days is somewhat laughable, could be less than that of a goldfish, and it's only getting worse. Meditation has had many documented benefits beyond improving your ability to focus. Meditation is good for your physical and your emotional health. It's also a great way to learn how your mind works. So find a book, or find a video, or find a meditation class. Find a style of meditation that you're unfamiliar with. There are so many different styles. Meditate for at least 10 minutes a day. And at first, it's going to be hard to sit there entirely for 10 minutes. That's okay. Try to do 1 minute at a time for a total of 10 minutes. See if you can do that over the course of a day. And then maybe over a couple days, try and do 2 minutes at a time for a total of 10 minutes. And see if eventually you can build yourself up to sitting there for 10 whole minutes. I promise you, it is possible. There are people who sit in meditation for years. Years. If you start meditating for only 10 minutes a day, I promise you're going to start to see massive changes. You're going to start feeling more focused. You're going to see more clarity. And you're going to be able to have more control over the thoughts in your mind. And then imagine the power. Imagine how much difference you can make if your brain wasn't as cluttered, if it wasn't full of such noise, and you had the ability to push those thoughts and push those noises to the side for when you're ready to deal with those so that you can focus on the task at hand. The best time to meditate is first thing in the morning. It's when your brain and body connection is a lot more in tune with each other. Get yourself in a pleasant state of mind and see how long you can sustain it. There's different styles of meditation, I mentioned that earlier. Some styles of meditation are all about clearing your mind and emptying those thoughts, while other styles on the other side of the spectrum are a lot different. They're all about filling your mind with mantras or riddles and puzzles to think about, or steps and dances and traditions and phrases and songs and things like that. It doesn't matter. There's so many different kinds of meditation. Go find one that works for you. Take that time out of your day to focus on you. And I promise you'll start to see massive changes. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode, for this week's challenge. Until next week when we have a new challenge, a new little simple action that you can take to start taking dramatic, massive action towards the life you've always wanted and the life you've always deserved. Check back with me next week for that. I'm Coach Molly from Three Pines Leadership. This is the Breakthrough You podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. See you again soon. Until next time, remember, I love you. Woo! I love you. And be excellent to each other.